Good morning. Welcome to Morning Musings, where we are listening for a message from the universe about going for our big dreams. And we are utilizing Alana Fairchild, Sacred Rebels Oracle card deck, as the conduit for said message. And by going for big dreams, I mean living your most authentic life, living out your wishes, desires, um, diving into those things that you are interested in, the things that really make you light up, make you excited for life. And that could be anything. That could be from, as small as planting a little garden in your kitchen to, you know, going to Carnegie Hall, right? Whatever that may look like for you. It doesn't have to be huge, right? To be big. So if it's big for you, and that's the thing, is it's the big step, right? What's a big step for you? And go for that. Go for that thing. And then the next big step will show up. And it makes your life kind of amazing when you do that, because you wake up in the morning thinking, I get to do this today. I get to participate in life today, instead of waking up with like, okay, here's another day. Let's do it, I guess. I suppose if I have to. Oh, right? You wake up with like, today we get to do this. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Okay, but we get to do it, and it's gonna be good. And right? And you wake up refreshed and excited to meet the day, even if there's some tough things to face. You still wake up. Sometimes, maybe even before the alarm clock goes. What? Who knew? So, we're going to go ahead and do a little meditation to get us in touch with that part of us that knows exactly what we want and is maybe a little afraid to ask for it or to go for it because of what outside influences have to say about it. This is about you and going inside and getting in touch with you, who you truly are. So, before we do that, if you are enjoying these morning musings, please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell that's up there that will notify you when I go live next, which I do every single day. Come here to pull these cards and send this message out that you can attain your big dream or a semblance of it. You can get close. You can, it's like if you wanted to go for become an astronaut, go to the moon. You may not actually make it to the moon, but you could make it to space. And that's pretty freaking awesome. That's halfway there. Getting out of the atmosphere of the Earth is halfway to the moon, right? Wouldn't that be amazing? Even just to make it that far? I think that would be cool. Shoot for the moon. At least you'll hang out with the stars, right? That would be very cool. I mean, and you can't say you're too old for that kind of crap because William Shatner did it. How old is he now? Right? He went to space. You're not too old. You're not too young. You're not too fat. You're not too skinny. You're not too blonde. You're not too brunette. You're not too whatever to do the thing that you really want to do the thing that lights you up inside. You're not too much, you're not too little, you're not too loud, you're not too quiet, you're not too whatever. Enter in your to the. You're not. You are the perfect conduit for this thing because you want to do it. You have the idea. You are capable of the idea. The idea wouldn't have chosen you and wouldn't have landed within your soul if you were not capable, if you were not able to bring this thing to fruition. You wouldn't have it. You'd have some other idea. So let's get into that meditation. See what the cards have to bring for us today. All right. So get comfortable in your, oh, excuse me, and get comfortable in your chair. Take a deep breath or a yawn. Ah, and just settle in. And let's get present to where we are today, to who we are today. And just scan your body. Do a quick scan. And this scan, I want you to think of and focus on all of the good things. Like the tip of your nose doesn't hurt, hopefully, or your cheeks have good muscles for smiling, or your heart is pumping perfectly, that kind of thing. The things you don't necessarily think about all the time. So scan your body for all the things that are working well, that just do their job and that you don't have to think about. And I want you to thank those areas. Thank you for just doing your job, for doing a good job of keeping me motivated, me moving, me gliding through life. Thank you. And now on this scan, I want you to scan your body for those areas that may not feel so good, that are tense, injured, have some kind of dis-ease. And just send them some love. Send those areas some love. And thank them for working really hard to protect you. Your body is fighting something, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical. Your body is fighting to keep you safe, fighting to keep you healthy. And for those areas that have like a chronic thing happening, a chronic tension, a chronic dis-ease, I want you to know that this is protecting you from something that happened a long time ago. Something happened and your body went into fight mode, this area. And it's hung on to it for a very long time. And it continues to fight, and it continues to fight, and it continues to fight. And that something, just remember that happened a long time ago. If you look around your life today, it's probably not happening today. So if you can remind your body that that was then and this is now. And that thing, that incident, that person, that experience, that environment no longer surrounds you, is no longer in your field of experience. You have created a world around you where that does not happen. And allow your body to relax a little, to unknot the tension, to heal the dis-ease. From a spiritual level, from a cellular level, from a mental and emotional level. To let that experience go and stay in the past and no longer affect your present or future. And as your body is getting used to this idea, it may take a minute for it to finally get in touch with and realize that that's what's really happening. Every day, come back and remind yourself that was then, this is now. It's okay to relax, and the body will follow. As your body is getting used to this idea that it no longer has to fight, I want you to go into your heart center. I want you to see all of the boundaries that have been placed around your heart. They've been placed there for protection and safety, all with good intentions, all with keeping you safe and survive. And I want you to thank those walls, and I want you to thank those boundaries, and I want you to thank all of those protections. And I want you to walk through them as only you can do, because you are the architect. And as you're walking through, you notice a light shining from behind them all, faint at first, but as you get closer to the center, the brighter and more welcoming it becomes. And as you hit that center, and there are no more boundaries, you see the most brilliant light, warm, welcoming, inviting, and you could stare at it all day long and never harm your eyes. And yet it is so bright and so beautiful. And you realize it's you. This is your divine spark. It has been within you all of your life. It has been your guiding star. As messages from intuition come from this divine light. It is your gift to this world. And as you were young and growing, this light needed protection. People saw it, and wanted to put it out because they didn't understand it. And so those barriers, those walls, those protective measures got placed to protect this light. And as you grew into adulthood, it did not allow that light to shine through. And now is the time to start taking those protections down, because now you are strong enough, well enough, capable enough, skilled enough to handle the people who don't understand your light. And it's time to let your light shine. And as that light shines and you start taking brick by brick the walls down, carefully, judiciously, sacredly, allowing yourself to gain strength from each brick that comes down. I want you to imagine reaching out through the soles of your feet out into the earth, down, down into the center of that creative force, of that life force that has created and given life to all that we see, feel, hear, touch, smell, and taste. That force that has created this world and everything in it. And I want you to invite that force, that energy, that creative juice, that life bringingness into your body. Invite it in. And as it comes up through your feet, your ankles, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your torso, up your spine, into your chest, your shoulders, down your arms, up your neck, into your head. And it swirls around and connects to your divine spark and says, let's play, let's create, let's do something epic. Let's live this divine life, bringing this gift into the world, creating the life of your big dream. Let's. And as those two energies are connecting, reach out into the stars, out through your mind, into the stars, into the heavens, into the galaxy, into the universe, to that all-knowing, all-connected energy that connects everything together. This planet to our star, to our galaxy, to the galaxies beyond us, to the ends of the universe. And beyond. And bring that energy in. Invite that energy and that knowledge, that connectedness. Bringing that down into your body so that you have that heavenly connectedness, so that you have that divine knowledge. And bringing that down into your mind, down your throat, into your shoulders, down your arms, into your chest. Oh, down your spine, into your torso, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your legs, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. And as that energy comes in and connects as well with your divine spark and with the earth energy, and they're swirling around, saying, yes, let's play, let's connect, let's build, let's create, let's bring this gift into this life. Let's build the big dream. And you, knowing you have these energies behind you, supporting you, encouraging you, building with you, you step onto the path that you see laid before you in starshine. And you say yes to your big dream. With all the fear, with all the timidity, with all the anxiousness, you say yes and step forward. And you are supported in that first step towards your big dream. Oh, blessed be. Amen. So mote it be. Oh. Our card for today is relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Ah. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Dear Sacred Rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. To access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think you are crazy for doing so. You have to leave behind the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief that you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you be safe in the wild electric pulse of so much aliveness? How will you function without the hazy, sleep inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long, and placing lesser priorities above your sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you don't hold on to fear? You do not need to worry about such things. Life is wild, but it is also wise. It is a force of startling, raw awakening at times, but it is also the natural process of evolution where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You are a part of, not apart from, that process. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you are in the hold of darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine it's all too much, and to create excuses about how your desires aren't grounded enough, that you are being too flighty or too flaky, or that you are not living in the real world. That is fear talking, not truth. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, we will continue to live in a culture drenched in fear and distrust of nature. Those without awakened hearts don't yet understand what nature knows. She knows timing. She knows life and death. She knows the creative process. She just knows and can be trusted to support us, her own creations, in becoming all that we can become. Does this mean that we become passive and just flow along like a limp leaf detached from the tree and blown about randomly by the breeze? No. Being free of the dark hold empowers us to take up our cause. This means being free to act and affirm the intuitive feelings we have by following up on them. This is painting like someone who has lost their mind, completely free and from the heart. It means writing even though you have no conscious idea of what you are writing, even as the words are streaming forth upon the page before your rather curious eyes. And it means speaking about your work, never hiding it away. Allow it to breathe the fresh air and be held in the gaze of another. Detach from the darkness that would say it is not enough or must be the best thing ever, whatever that means, in order to be worthy of a place in the world. Instead, just let it be what it is. It might fly, it might endure, it might not. All of nature, including you and your passions and dreams, will be what is needed, when it is needed, and how it is needed, according to wisdom. We just have to trust in this with ourselves and within nature herself through the flow of life. And participate. You are asked to go within and imagine diving deep off the edge of what you have known. There is so much more calling to you now. It is your time. Leap. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Let's do the healing process within and say, I accept the offer of life so that I may truly live. Through unconditional love, I now invite and receive all assistance, intervention, protection, and inspiration so that I may leap into my next cycle of life, held in the loving grace of wisdom. So be it. And it says, you may now like to take an actual jump for joy to finish your healing process. Ooh, yeah. It's about fear. It's about all those things that hold you back, the hooks, the but what ifs, and the, oh, but my family doesn't do this. My mom said this about me. Dad said that about me. My brother said this about me. My sister said that about me. My friend said this. My teacher said that. My bosses said this. My coworker said this. The person crossing the street said this. Mm. Society said this. So because of that, I can't. That's the dark hold. And guess what? All that's made up. It's all made up. And that's their world that they're trying to force on you. It's your world. It's not your reality unless you make it your reality. It's their world that they're voicing. They can't because of yada. That doesn't mean you can't. Those are their rules. You get to make up your own rules. And you can use their rules as a sounding ground of like, okay, that one sounds kind of cool. And if I, it's kind of like the murder thing, right? If it's like, if I murder somebody, they're going to come in and do something about that, right? That's kind of a steadfast rule. It's their rule, and you can choose to live within or without it, right? There are people that choose to not follow that rule because, murder happens, but they get caught, right? And those rules, but they're still their rules, right? That person followed their own rules. And I'm not saying go out and murder people. Please don't take that. No, just using that as an example. It's a rule. It's a societal rule. And you get to choose which ones you agree with and which ones you'll follow and which ones you think are crazy. Like, oh, people from my family of origin don't get to do that. You can chunk that rule. People of my size and color don't get to do that. People of my genetic makeup don't get to do that. Bullshit. You get to do what you want to do. You get to make up your rules, and you get to accept or reject the rules of others. You can say, yeah, that one works. I like that whole don't murder rule. I'm going to follow that. But this rule that this person that looks like me can't go for that kind of a job, that's not a rule I'm willing to accept. I have a rule that the person that looks like me can do that. That's my rule. So I'm going to go do that. You may make it hard on me because of your rules, but I'm going to do that. So that's the darkness, is those rules and those traditions and those reasons and the history that says you can't do that. That's the darkness. Because when it comes from your internal divine spark, that's what's right for you. And you get to make the rules for you. You grew up in a set of rules, and then you moved out, and you changed them. I do not live under the rules that I lived when I was 5. I did not raise my children with those rules. They have gone off into their life. They do not live under the rules that they lived with when they were with me. They are not raising their children with the same rules that I raised them in. They got to change them. You get to change them. Once you have that autonomy, once you are free to make and decide your life, you get to do it. You get to relax the hold of that darkness and be at cause. Create your life the way you want it to be. And if you need some assistance with that, if you need some support and cheerleading, and if you need some direction in how do you change the rules? How do you fight those people? How do you deal with all of that? What? You can do that? You can make your own rules? What? The Big Dreams Blueprint is happening this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 21st through the 23rd. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to find out what this is, what this big dream is. At least an inkling of it, right? We're going to get an idea of what it is, get some clarity around it, and then make up the steps to make it happen. We're going to learn how to deal with the storm that comes along when you shift, when you pull out those hooks and learn how to do it. And learn how to take care of yourself while you're with it. And learn how to celebrate all the fun things that you're going to be doing as you go for this dream that comes from within. That's what the Big Dreams Blueprint is. The link is in the description below, and I do hope that you will come and see what it's all about and come and define your dream, identify your dream, get in touch with and connect with your dream, your authentic self, and the life you want to lead. Go out there and release that darkness. Take the hooks out. Scrape the traditions off. What are your rules for today? And I hope to see you at the Big Dreams Blueprint. Registration ends soon because we get started on Friday. And remember to keep your eyes on the horizon, your hands on the wheel, and your foot on the gas, baby. Let's do this. And I will see you tomorrow.